Well, Canadian Music Week has a new look and a new name. It's now Departure Festival, and this morning, Jee-Yun Lee is live at Hotel X on what we can expect this year, which, of course, starts today. Are they making money?
Yes, good morning, Nick. We are live here at Hotel X. It's the main hub for Departure Fest in Toronto. It's a massive launch pad, an innovative one, in fact, where they're bringing the world's most talented people in music, art, comedy, technology, and fashion. Joining me now is Chloé Caroline.
Yay! We're back.
We're back. So, Chloé, we interviewed you last year for Canadian Music Week, and I said, I can't wait to see you again. I can't believe that was a year ago.
It was a year ago. It's insane.
It's insane, and you've done a lot in a year. You've been, singing, writing music, and how has it been going so far?
It's been great. So I released my EP, The Awakening Volume 2. I played the Troubadour twice in Los Angeles, which was a huge goal of mine. You told me to write a Christmas song. I wrote 2.
I know. So last year I said, Chloé, because I love your sound, it's so eclectic, and I said, you got to do a Christmas song.
Yeah.
And you wrote 2.
Yeah.
My favorite is Fa La 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 Love You.
Thank you. I love that one too.
How did that come about?
Yeah, well, I mean, truthfully, I was like, I gotta write one. After you told me that, and I had already released a couple years back, and I don't know, it kind of rolled off my tongue one day. I was like, how has nobody done this? It seems so obvious, kind of playing on the Fa La 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 Love You sort of thing, and I wrote it with a couple of my friends, and we recorded it the same day that we wrote it, and the rest is history.
Wow, and then now we just saw a music video, Another Best Friend, which is, as you mentioned, off of Volume 2, The Awakening. This album series, it took off.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, what has it been like so far, seeing Volume 1 and Volume 2 doing so well?
It's been really, really cool just because, it's like 2 separate stories, but not. They're very aligned, and I've gotten to this second volume, release a music video for each one and drop it every couple months. So there's been a lot of consistency, and it's just been fun to see all the stories kind of snowball together and see people getting it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this song connects to this one, and that whole kind of like cosmic through line throughout all of the songs as well.
I know, because you really pour your heart and soul into your songwriting. I want to call up that video again, Another Best Friend, so we can have a look. Is it fun doing music videos?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And honestly, I think my favorite part is just kind of winging it in a way too, because you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, some of my best stuff I've gotten just happening to walk by down the street and seeing a really fun car just sitting there, ironically, and sitting down next to it and shooting. You just have to be very in the moment. Some people are a little bit more methodical about it, and that's fun too.
Yes.
But I also just love creating the cinematic story around it as well. My music video when we were older, it was the first time that I really got to almost put a short film within a music video, and so that was really fun.
So it's a real treat having you back in Canada, because I know you live in the States right now. You're going to be performing May 9th at the Blue Moon Brewery, which is so beautiful. Stacked is a fantastic spot. What can people expect from this performance?
Yeah, so I'm doing a stripped down acoustic set. I did that last year as well, but it's just a fun, of course, really intimate experience. I always tell the stories behind all of my songs. I love to start out my shows with affirmations with the audience, just kind of setting the energy. So I'm really excited, and I'm on first on the lineup, so it's nice.
Oh, you know what? I love that you're going to do an acoustic version, stripped down. It's going to be a really intimate, and I think positive, uplifting experience for the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be fun, hopefully.
So last year I said you got to do a Christmas song. So now I'm going to say for next year, when we meet, let's do a summer anthem.
Summer anthem.
Something for the summer.
Girl, I got you already.
Okay, that's it. So next year, catch Chloé's summer anthem. In the meantime, you can catch Chloé Blue Moon Brewery. It's all part of Departure Fest, which starts today, runs through till May 11th. Stick around. We are giving away 5 pairs of music passes to Departure Fest. Each ticket is valued at $100, so you got to stick around all morning to find out how you can win a pair of tickets, and this allows you to see all the different artists that are coming into town. Chloé, such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll see you next year.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. It's a whole new concept, an innovative launch pad. Not only are we seeing now artists in music and comedy and fashion, but we also have PR strategists, crisis managers. Like, this is really fascinating. Joining me now is Molly McPherson, and that is exactly what she does. She manages crisis, you work with leaders, and this is what you do.
This is what I do, but I also get to come here and do events like this, to look, peek in what's happening from a culture perspective.
I love it. How does one get into PR strategy and crisis management?
Well, one just has a job where a crisis happens,
Yes.
and then you just hone in on it, and then you specialize in that area. I worked for the federal government for a number of years. I worked in Washington, D.C. There are a lot of crises happening there, so I got my experience there, and I've been doing it ever since.
And this is why you're so good, because you're able to take something complicated, explain it, a good storyteller, especially on TikTok. You have thousands and thousands of followers.
Yes, and TikTok has been a very interesting platform now, and it's really changed and driven culture, I found. I like it because I like to interact with the public, and find out what they're thinking. When a crisis happens, even if it's political or celebrity, I'm really curious about what the public thinks. So it informs also my work as a crisis strategist.
Okay, so I have to ask, our Prime Minister, newly elected Mark Carney, is down in Washington, D.C. today.
Yes.
You're watching this very closely.
I am. This morning I'm reading the New York Times and I'm finding out all about it. But as a crisis strategist, I want to know how he's going to approach an interaction with that president, because that is a power meeting on steroids.
Yes.
And he has to come in very specifically. So I want to watch to see his approach. I think he's going to be very subtle in how he manages President Trump, but I think he wants to outwit and out-strategize him.
Okay, so you're going to study Prime Minister Mark Carney very closely, right? Because I
Yes.
think the whole world is watching this meeting.
Oh, absolutely, because what we're seeing in leadership in your country right now is someone is doing something about it, and the electorate is standing behind it. It's like your voters had said, we're worried about this, and now we're going to put our faith in you. In other words, it comes down to one word, which is trust. And they now trust Carney to do the job. Now we'll see how long that trust is there. But once you lose it, it's very hard to regain it. But right now, there's a lot of power behind him, what I see.
Okay, he'll be an interesting case study down the road from now. You're speaking today, this morning, at the Princess's Gate Ballroom. Your segment is called Behind the Curtain, Building a Safer and Smarter Culture in the Creative Industries.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more of that.
Well, the idea of being behind the curtain, that's what I like to do, because I find that people love to know inside information. They want to know what's really happening behind the scenes. That's what I pay attention to, because the story is not necessarily what we see out front. The story is happening behind the scenes. So when you watch people, and you watch people when they're under stress, which is what happens during a crisis, there's a number of tells there that can kind of predict what's going to happen. So my device on TikTok, I use celebrity stories, trending stories. I kind of break it down, tell the story, but I'm also telling people now look for the tells to kind of identify the problems there. In the panel today, it's giving that insight to creatives, telling them, really I think what's changed a lot is I don't think people need to be as afraid anymore. So many people are worried about backlash and criticism. I'm saying, you know what? Look into that criticism and just speak truth. You don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, you don't have to be loud. You just have to be trustworthy. And then you can stand by your own values.
Oh my gosh, it'll be a fascinating talk. I'm so glad you're here. Your first time in Toronto.
And I love it. I can't believe it took me this long to get here.
I know, you'll have to come back and sightsee and tour the city.
Absolutely, I love it.
Molly, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you as well.
And you want to stay tuned. Molly is here this morning, May 6th. She's speaking this morning at 9:45, but we're also giving away 5 pairs of music passes to Departure Fest.
Ooh, that's a get.
Yeah, it's a get. So you want to stick around all morning. We'll tell you how you can win this incredible prize. They're $100 each. We're giving away 5 pairs. And if you want more information on this festival, departureto.com. Hi, good morning. Yes, we are here at Departure Fest. It is a launch pad for all these incredible artists. And we're talking artists in music, fashion, art, comedy. And joining me now, local T-Minus.
How's it going? How's it going? Thanks for having me.
I love the fact that you live here.
I know. I've been here for years. This is home for me.
Now, you are going to be speaking on May 9th here at Departure Fest. Tell me a little bit more of that talk that you're going to be doing.
So I'll just be talking about my experience as a music producer and sharing some stories, some insight, just on my process and what I do. And you know, there's so many stories that happen behind the scenes and how things come about, how great songs are made. And I'm just going to be sharing the knowledge and passing on the gems, essentially.
You know, oftentimes we see the artist, but you never see the creative team behind the scenes. You're one of them. You've worked with so many artists. We've got a video, right? Oh, that's a video for Departure Fest. But I want to bring up this video of Drake. It's called Replacement Girl.
Yeah.
Bring me back to then, because it was one of your first times working with Drake, right?
It was, yes, it was. So, you know, this collaboration was done with Boy Wonder, who is, again, another legend from Canada. And, you know, we did that together, and I was maybe 18 at the time. It was so new for me. You know, I went to the video shoot, I remember meeting Drake and meeting Trey Songz there, and I was like, wow, like this is my taste at something special, you know what I mean? And what my dream, essentially, what I wanted to do. So, you know, fast forward, it's amazing that I got to have this experience and work with all these great artists, and Drake obviously is one of them.
Yes, Drake is one of them. I want to hopefully see if we can pull up that video of Replacement Girl. But in the meantime, you've worked with artists like Drake, Nicki Minaj, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar. Out of all these artists, who do you enjoy working with the most or a lot?
Honestly, I love working with all of them because they all have their skills and talents. But you know, it's so funny in my business, there's a lot of like emailing beats and sending beats out. And sometimes we get in the studio and we do collaborate and make songs. So, you know, I've had the privilege of working with Drake and J. Cole, and those guys to me are like top visionaries. They know exactly what they want in their music. They're everything. They're the producer, they're like the engineer, incredible visionaries. So, you know, those guys are definitely, you know, the top of my list in collaborations for sure.
Yeah. It seems like you guys have really good chemistry as artists and creating that music together. The music industry has changed a lot with technology, and you have more producers on the scene. Tell me a little bit more of the changes over the years, and how do you navigate through that?
Well, when I was coming up, it was as simple as, you know, emailing tracks to people. Like if I had a beat for an artist, I would just say, hey, I got this track, send it to them on an email. But now, because there's so many producers, the whole game is just saturated with, you know, people who are aspiring and trying to get there. So a lot of it is locking in the studio whenever I can. So anytime I hear an artist is working, I'm over there in LA, I'm over there in Miami, wherever I can to meet them, essentially. And we lock in and we do as much as we can. And also, obviously, too, with technology, it's become so much easier to be a producer because you could do everything on the computer. You could essentially, you know, bring in other people and collaborate through the internet. So I actually love it, to be honest, because I don't think the process should be difficult. It should be enjoyable. So, you know, it's just a part of my workflow.
I thought it was really interesting. You said back in the day, music producers were music producers. Now, with the technology and everything, they're really composers. I thought that was an interesting statement.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, if you go back to like Quincy Jones' era, a lot of what he was doing was bringing in musicians, bringing in songwriters, and he was producing the entire record. But now it's like producers are composers. So we get on the keyboard, we play the piano, we play the bass, we program the drums. So now it's like we wear two hats. So in one sense, it was probably difficult in that time, you know, running a studio and putting it all together, but it's also a new challenge because you have to be a composer as well.
Yeah.
So.
Do you plan on releasing your own music?
Eventually, yes, for sure. I'm in the process of just building and creating, and I have a couple projects on the go right now, so when I free up some time, I'm definitely going to be dropping some music.
I love how casual you are. I've got a couple of projects on the go. It's with J. Cole, right? Who's like one of the biggest rappers of all time. And Toronto loves J. Cole, by the way.
Of course, we love him here.
Yes. Okay, when you release your new music, will you please come join us again on CB24 Breakfast?
Yeah, you can pull up to my studio. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can check out the vibe. You can record it if you want.
You can make me sound good?
I can make you sound like a star.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't wait. T-Minus, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much.
And you can catch T-Minus as well as all these other incredible artists here at Departure Fest. We are giving away 5 pairs of music passes to Departure Festival. So you got to stick around for our next segment. We'll tell you how you can win them. They're $100 each, these passes, and we're giving away 5 pairs. In the meantime, departureto.com is where you want to get all your information. Starts today, runs through till May 11th. Departure Festival starts today, runs through till May 11th. For more information, it is departureto.com. I have a very special guest now. This is world-renowned New York City photographer Danny Hastings. More importantly, you're the creative director for Wu-Tang Productions.
Yes. Hi, G. How are you?
Nice to meet you. So how does this happen? We've got the artwork here for Wu-Tang Clan. How did you get involved with this group?
Wow, it's a long story,
I
but I'll
know.
make
Well,
it quick.
short, yeah.
Yeah. I shot the first 36 Chambers album cover back in 1993.
Wow.
Right, and the way it came up, I was at a conference called Jack the Rapper. I saw them perform, and they all came and performing with the mask, right? When I was shooting the album cover, not all of them showed up.
Yeah.
So the idea came up, was like, hey, why don't you do what you did in Atlanta with the masks, right? And then at first Risa was like, but we're not gonna be seen. It's like, it doesn't matter, you're the Wu-Tang Clan, you're one unit. He was like, let's do it. And since then, the magic has happened for 30 years. I work with them on and off, and now I'm the creative director for 36 Chambers, his company.
Yeah.
And I do a bunch of stuff, from concerts to album covers to, lyric videos, you name it. Like I'm part of the Wu-Tang.
You are part of the Wu-Tang. We're looking at a music video here, Protect Your Neck. Like, come on, right?
The Holy Grail.
Bring me back to that, the Holy Grail.
Yes. Well, that was the first image and the first song we heard from them. And they changed hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop was going. I think hip hop was taken over by the music industry. They wanted a clean cut, cookie cutter type of hip hop that the labels were kind of pushing at that time. And RZA and the Wu-Tang said, not on my watch, right? And they inspire a whole new wave of a true artistship, right? Like that became from artistry. I'm sorry, true artistry that came from the raw, the energy, right? That RZA was able to bring to hip hop.
It's incredible. And then it's so shocking to hear that they're doing their final tour. They say it's the final tour. There's a stop here in Toronto, July 14th at Scotiabank Arena.
Yeah.
But I can't believe I'm saying that word when they say it's the final chamber.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
It's been 30 years, 30 years is a long time, right, of them, performing and doing, bringing you music, bringing the music to the fans, right? And, we're up there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, come in, enjoy the show. You're gonna see a bunch of new things that you haven't seen before on the screen, and the energy is beautiful. Riz is putting together an amazing show for you guys with the Clan. So, what can I say, man? It's nostalgic,
It
so
is nostalgic.
It feels like, the final tour, but
We'll
you
see.
gotta go and watch it.
You
gotta
do.
go and see it.
I know you're speaking today here at Departure Festival at 11 a.m. today at Princess Gate Ballroom, but also you're going to be at the Tagliatella Galleries in Yorkville today and tomorrow. So bring the artwork, and it is art. Your album covers, your photographs, it's all art.
Yeah, I shot over 150
Yeah.
album covers in the 90s. So if you have any of those covers, come and see me. I'll sign them right on the spot, right? From 36 Chambers to Big Pun, Capital Punishment, Nas I Am, too many to mention. But Canada, man, you've been good to me. I love it. I love being here.
Love it. And please join us again. I know you're going to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Ray's single. He has a store here in Toronto, the 611 Purple Factory. So we'll definitely chat again then. In the meantime, we're giving away, get this, 5 pairs of passes to the music showcase for Departure Fest. Each pass is valued at $100. It allows you to see some of the incredible artists that are performing here for the festival. All you have to do is go to cp24.com/contest. Send us all your contact information, name, phone number, email, for your chance to win a pair of passes to Departure Fest. Danny, have fun.
Thank you, G.
Toronto loves you. And then I'll
man.
catch you again when you come back, and we'll bring Ray onto the show. Which will be
Awesome.
amazing.
I love that Adidas suit. You got look at that.
There you go.
What?
Thank you,
Let's go.
Danny.